What's up, YouTube? America? Is anybody seeing what I'm seeing? Is anybody seeing that Donald Trump is functionally illiterate? Let me say that again. The evidence that I see is that Donald Trump is functionally illiterate. Either that or he can't see very well. I was watching a interview, not an interview, but I was watching when one of his court hearings when he was being sued, and the judge asked him if he had read the documents that were sitting before him, and he struggled to answer. And then she asked him again, and he said no. Now, you're being sued. You're being sued. You better know what the charges are against you. But he hadn't read them. I've heard, that he doesn't want anything that's too long. He doesn't want anything that's too involved. And he tends to ad-lib when he's in front of the public. Instead of, reading what's on the teleprompter, of course. But because he can't do it. Like, he can't do it. That's why he goes off script and screws himself. Also, I don't think that Mr. Trump is that healthy. They made a big deal out of Hillary Clinton's health. They try to make it a scandal. But if you go and if you go and watch Trump's doctor, it's on YouTube. His doctor pretty much says, he's okay. So, I have some questions about Donald Trump's health. His health. I don't think that he is truly healthy enough to be the president. So, there's just a lot of little things, man, that keep creeping up that make me go, what the? And I don't think that he understands the depth of what he is doing. I really don't think that he does. Let me say this to you, YouTube. Since I've been old enough to vote, and I've been old enough to understand presidents and things like that, a lot of the Republican presidents that have come into office since I was young, I found something about them that I liked. Like, for instance, Ronald Reagan. I dug the fact that Ronald Reagan stood up to the Soviet Union. And not only stood up to him, but he beat him. He beat him without firing a shot. He beat them. Now, that's commendable. Also, he started the whole just say no to drugs. Now, that didn't work out too well. But you know what? The message was right. The message was right. Just say no, because drugs will end you. And I know. You know what I mean? I've been in recovery for a number of years, so I know. But the whole just say no campaign was cool, man. That was all right. Also, George won. George won, man. Like, there were some creepy things about the guy. I'm not even going to sweat you on that one. But one of the things that I dug about him was the whole Desert Freedom thing. I used to get up in the morning just to see Norman Schwarzkopf tell us how badly we smashed the Iraqi army. Because I love American firepower. I love what we do. When our soldiers hit the battlefield, you better watch your ass. You better watch your ass, because we are the best in the business. We are the best in the business. And You know, he would tell us how they smashed this many hundreds of tanks, and you know, boom, you know. So there was that. I like that about one. George two, I thought he was a really funny guy. I really did. There was something that was really comical about George too that just endeared him to my heart. You know, until I realized that he had tanked the country. But up until that point, he had me laughing quite a bit. And then there's this guy, Donald Dumpf. There's nothing that I like about him. There's absolutely nothing that I like about that old man. I don't like anything about Donald Trump. I just, and it's not that I haven't tried to find something likable about him, but there is nothing likable about him. There's absolutely nothing that I could cling on to that says, well, I like this about Trump. Not even the way he won, because the way he won was it was fixed. The Russians and the CIA helped him win. Did you see the video when James Comey came across the lectern, how Donald Trump held his arms open? Trump knew what he was doing. Because without those two, he wouldn't have won. Trump knows that he's an illegitimate president. He knows it. Does he believe it? No. But he knows that he's an illegitimate president. I mean, everybody around him is telling him, like, dog, you really don't belong here. No, your power was in Trump Tower. That's where you had power at. You have no power as the president of the United States, man. As I said to you, YouTube in America, the majority of us don't want him. And he knows we don't want him. The reason why Trump tweets so much is because he knows that he cannot talk to the majority of us. He knows it. The only people he can talk to is the 40-some% that voted for him. Because if he took a dump and said it's blue, they'd be like, hey, Donald Trump, his dump is blue. It doesn't matter what he does. You heard? Peace.